Hi there, LW222 Science of Nutrition and Exercise students. My name is Kara Jimenez, and I'm going to be your instructor for this winter 21 semester. I wanted to just make a short video just to basically go over textbook requirements and what you're going to need to be prepared for our course that's going to start next week. Now note that this is a CNET course, so we are section WN section 736, okay? In this particular section, being a CNET, we are going to probably mostly be meeting online. We might have a few occasional face-to-face meetings. We are scheduled to meet every Thursday from 5 to 7 p.m. So my plan is to meet every Thursday from 5 to 7 p.m., but probably in Zoom. So we'll be meeting virtually to discuss, what you're going to be doing for that particular week. We'll have a discussion probably about, the reading that we're going to be doing for that particular week. We'll do some fun, virtual classroom activities together. And then just basically to touch base. Like I said, I would love to meet face to face. I'm going to kind of wait and see what happens with the world. And if there's a chance as the semester progresses and we can meet face to face, we'll set that up at a later date. But as far as right now, let's plan on meeting every Thursday in Zoom from 5 to 7 p.m. Those will be our required classroom meetings just to kind of touch base, see each other face to face, even though it's on a computer screen, but we'll at least get to see each other every week and touch base. And then if things get better and we can meet face to face at the Saginaw Center as planned, we will. Okay, so we'll kind of make a plan for that later. But right now, this is just to get us started as far as what you need for next week, because our course is going to begin and you're going to need some textbook materials. So our course site in e-learning I don't quite have open yet. I plan to have it open probably at the end of this week. So once I do have it open, I will send you an email letting you know that you can get into the course site and you can start exploring. But just FYI, on the main page when you go into our course site, I did post some textbook material here, and I have a link which I'm going to include in this email that I'm sending you that's going to take you directly to Cengage, so you can actually purchase your textbook directly through Cengage. So I'm going to show you a couple different ways. For those of you that need to use the Delta College bookstore because you have financial aid and that's what you need to use, I'm going to show you how to purchase a book from there, but also through Cengage. So first of all, the link, if you click on it, it's going to take you directly to this page here on Cengage. So if you scroll down, you will see the required textbook that we are using for this is called Nutrition Now. It's the enhanced edition. Okay, it's by Judith E. Brown, and it's called Nutrition Now, and this is what the textbook cover actually looks like, but it's the enhanced edition. So this is a new edition, so you want to make sure you have this updated edition. Now, in addition to the textbook, you're going to also need access to MindTap. Okay, MindTap is a digital platform that I use to complete a lot of online assignments and a lot of homework for this particular course. So when you purchase Cengage Unlimited, it's going to give you access to not only my homework platform, which is MindTap, but other homework platforms. So for example, if you have other courses that might use other homework platforms as well through Cengage, you would have access to those particular ones as well through Delta College. In addition to that, you have access to the digital textbook for not only my course, okay, but also, again, any other courses that use Cengage through Delta College. I'm going to also include a list for you in this email that shows you all the courses at Delta that do use MindTap or Cengage. And so again, if you have a couple different courses at Delta that use Cengage, then it's probably in your best interest to get the unlimited access, because then it's going to give you access to my textbook online, but also the other course textbook online. It's going to give you access to my MindTap homework platform, but also those other courses and their homework platforms as well for that one price. So that's why Cengage Unlimited is always a nice option, because you get access to more than just my course and my textbook. Now, by doing that though, you will get an ebook. Okay, so it's an electronic copy of the textbook. So for those of you that would rather have a hard copy textbook, you can actually rent a textbook from Cengage for just $7.99. So you can rent the textbook, and if you have other textbooks from other courses as well that you need to rent, you can rent up to 4 hard copy textbooks for just the $7.99. So basically you're paying the shipping and handling for it. So if you decide this is what you want to do, you want to purchase it directly from Cengage, you would just simply click on subscribe now, and you can choose a 4-month access. So basically for the whole semester, you get unlimited access to Cengage and those textbooks. If you have courses, say next semester or within the next year that you're going to be taking that you know are going to be using Cengage, you can do the 12-month access or even the 2-year access. So they just try to keep the price down. If you have multiple courses, you're paying just the one fee. So you want unlimited access to Cengage, again, if you have multiple courses that use it. So that's, the Cengage website and where you can purchase that. Now, for those of you that use the Delta College Bookstore and you want to get your book from there, you're just going to go to delta.edu/bookstore, okay? And then you're going to click on Order Books. And then over here under Textbooks, you're going to click on Buy Textbooks. And then you're going to scroll down, select your term, which is Winter 21, select your department, which is LW, select your course, which is 222, and your section, which is the 731, 736 sections. So we're just going to click on that, and then over here, get your books. So then when you scroll down, you will see from the bookstore, you have 2 options. This first one is just giving that 4-month access code to Cengage with the digital content. So meaning you're going to get an electronic, or you're going to get access to the electronic textbook by doing this. You're not going to get a hard copy textbook, but you'll get access to the electronic textbook through Cengage. Now here on the bottom, you're going to get actually the textbook itself. It's a loose leaf textbook, okay? So you're going to need to put it in a binder, but it's the actual hard copy. You'll get the textbook in your hands. In addition to that, you're going to get access to MindTap. Okay, so the cost you can see here is not much different. If you want an actual hard copy textbook, it's only a couple dollars more. So if you're going to use the bookstore, that's where you're going to find that particular book. Now, if you purchase this one and get the actual loose leaf textbook, inside it, inside the front cover, you'll see bundled a note card, basically, or a card. And you're going to scratch off that card. There's going to be a code on it that you're going to scratch off. And it's a long code with a bunch of numbers and a bunch of letters on it. That's the access code that you're going to need to enter into MindTap to get registered for my MindTap course. So let me show you really quick when we go into our course site in e-learning where you can enter that access code. So if we go to the content button and you scroll down, over here on the left, you'll see all these different modules. You're going to click on MindTap Access and Resources. And then here, where it says enter your MindTap access code here. So you're going to take that access code, scratch it off, click on this link right here, and enter your MindTap access code right there. And that way you'll be registered for my MindTap course. So I've integrated MindTap into my e-learning course here. So once you get that access code, you can register it right here within my course site. Okay, so that's the textbook material, and that's what you need to be able to, be prepared for our first day of class, which is next Thursday, January 14th. And you're going to want to have that access to the textbook, whether it's electronic, so you can view it on the computer, or whether it's a hard copy. You need the textbook, but you also need access to MindTap. Okay, so that's what you're going to need. In addition to that, one other item I wanted you to be aware of is that there is physical activity. There's a physical activity requirement for this course as well. So you're going to need to acquire at least 15 hours of exercise over the course of this 15-week semester. So basically you're looking at a minimum of 1 hour, hopefully everybody does more than that, of exercise every single week. Okay, so for each week you're going to be trying to incorporate some sort of exercise program into your lifestyle. Now, people do this a lot of different ways. You know, it's the first of the year. A lot of people make those New Year's resolutions and they go to their gym, right? There's a lot of health clubs and gyms that are open right now. You can go to your local gym. You can get a membership at that gym and you can use that and go exercise there. Okay, so a lot of people choose that. Or some people say, I'd rather continue exercising at home. I've got a treadmill, or I've got, you know, some exercise equipment at home that I'd like to use. Or I have a YouTube channel that has a lot of great workout videos on it that I like to use. You can exercise at home. Okay, so I want you to be aware of the fact that you're going to need to acquire 15 exercise hours over the course of the semester. So under this exercise documentation and resources module, I have posted all of my exercise policies. Now, I'm going to go over all this on the first day of class, but I just wanted you to be aware of up front that there is an exercise component and you're going to be recording exercise every single week, okay, for the particular class. Now, also, you're going to need to document your time, okay? So you can't just say, yep, I worked out for an hour this week. We have to verify it and document it. So for example, if you do buy a membership at a local gym, let's say you go to Planet Fitness, okay, and you purchase a membership there. When you go to the gym, you swipe your card, right? When you enter the gym. When you leave, you can swipe it again. So at the end of the semester, you can go back to your account online for Planet Fitness and you can get a printout showing your check-in and your checkout times on the days that you worked out. Okay, so that's one way people can verify that they actually went to the gym. Okay, another way that people like to use to verify that they actually worked out are popular fitness apps, or they have, you know, a lot of students like to use their smartwatches, right, or their Fitbits, and they will do screenshots of their Fitbits after they do a workout showing that, you know, maybe they walked 2 miles and their exercise heart rate was 140 beats per minute and they burned 200 calories, right? So, you know, people use their Fitbits or their smartwatches to document and show that they did indeed perform exercise. So those are just a couple examples of how we can prove that we did something, but also you're going to need to document it. So for example, going back to my gym example, if I go to Planet Fitness on January 4th and I check in, I also need to document what I did. So maybe I got on the treadmill and I walked for 30 minutes. I walked 2 miles at 4 miles an hour. My exercise heart rate was 140 beats per minute and I burned 200 calories, right? So that's detail, right? I'm telling you exactly what I did. Or maybe in addition to walking on the treadmill, I did some weight training. So I got on the bench press machine and I did 2 sets of 12 reps at 30 pounds, or I did a shoulder press, 2 sets of 15 reps at 10 pounds, right? So I'm detailing out what exactly I did during that particular workout. Okay, so in addition to proving that you were there through the check-in and check-out times, you're also detailing out what you did for maybe that hour that you were there. So just be prepared that you're going to need to be documenting your exercise over the course of the semester. We're going to talk a lot more about this on our first class period, which is going to be on January 14th at 5 p.m. And I will give you some examples of how you can, you know, log your workouts. So don't be worried about that. We'll discuss that more when we meet in class. A couple other things I wanted to share with you. We will be meeting in Zoom. I like Zoom because I can see you all easily on the screen of the computer. So be prepared to turn your camera on if you can and turn your microphone on. That way we can have a good conversation and we can actually talk and have some great discussions when we do meet face to face. So under the content button, I also have a module that says Zoom meeting links. And that's where I'm going to be posting every week your Zoom meeting link. So you're just going to click on that link to enter the Zoom meeting on that particular Thursday at 5 p.m. Lastly, if you go back to the course home button, I did also share that one other way that I like to use to keep in touch with each other is the Remind app. So if you're willing and you want to download the Remind app onto your phone, this is a way that you can text message me if you want to get a response, maybe quicker. I'm good at responding to my email, but sometimes you just have a question and you want to know what that answer is right away. If possible, I can respond through a text message as well. So if that's the case, download the Remind app, text this message, okay, right here at LW222WN. So text that message to this number, 81010. So text that message to that number, then you can join me on Remind. And I like to use the Remind app just to send a text message out to all the students sometimes and say, hey, don't forget you have this particular assignment due tonight at midnight. Or, hey, don't forget we have our virtual classroom meeting or our Zoom classroom meeting tomorrow at 5 p.m. So I'll just kind of periodically send out these reminders through this text messaging app so we can kind of keep in touch. So it's just another way for me to, make myself available to you all versus just through email. So I wanted you to be aware of that as well. So hopefully this was helpful to get you prepared for our first class meeting. Again, next Thursday, January 14th, 5 p.m. You're going to meet with me in Zoom. Like I said, we will probably Zoom for the first at least 3 weeks of the semester. After that, we're going to kind of just wait and see what the world is like and make a decision if we're going to meet face to face or if we're going to continue through Zoom. Okay, so if you have any further questions after watching this video, don't hesitate to email me with them. But I would hope that you can get your textbooks in a timely fashion and have them ready for your first week of class. So everybody have a great week.